Welcome everybody to the Sitshow with Krisko, Week 8. I'm not Jeff Krisko, but he is. How are you doing today, Jeff?
Well, better than Drake London, better than every other good wide receiver, better than Nico Collins, better than AJ Brown, better than Garrett Wilson. Good God, it's quite the week to play this game that we do for fun, for our hobby. How are you doing, Evan?
I'm doing okay. I'm predicted to come in last in guillotine, but if I don't, I have 6 times more money than anybody else, and I think I could run it out.
Jesus Christ, dude! Guillotine's so funny because I get updates like three. So I get in my Yahoo leagues, I get a push notification whenever somebody adds or drops a. And in guillotine, I'm like, why would like last night why was Alvin Kamara on the way? I was like, oh, it's a guillotine league. I'm like, okay, like it's so wild playing in a guillotine league for the first time. So yeah, let's run through the inactives report really quick. Hey Evan, guess how many 10 a.m. games have two starting quarterbacks in them?
Zero.
Zero. There are
Wow.
0 games where the week one starter was the is the guy starting today. Now, one of those I'm kind of fudging because Jackson Dart is one of those guys. But yeah, at first I thought it was Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and then I realized I misread the schedule, and that's a 1:00 game. So no games. So let's go to the inactives report. So we've got out for today and tomorrow. We've got Lamar Jackson, Jayden Daniels, Brock Purdy, Michael Penix, Tyrod Taylor. And then we only have one running back of note that's listed as out, Bucky Irving. He was announced earlier in this week, so you should have already pivoted there. Wide receivers, this is graveyard. What's worse than a graveyard? Because we've got Nico Collins out, Drake London out. Drake London was a last minute one. AJ Brown, Kmet, and then for these are all in the early games, the official ones, and then for the guys that are in that may have been questionable, Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Christian Watson. Matthew Golden is expected to play. So that's where we're chilling right now. It's a hell of a week. I got a league where I'm starting Woody Marks in my super flex spot. It's good stuff.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
stuff.
Yeah, there is. I thought I would do great by going zero RB in a lot of leagues and getting a lot of AJ Brown and Jamar Chase.
And now
So
you have no RB and no wide receiver.
yeah, I went zero everything.
What was it? The thing we had Johnny Cash, Steve Jobs, and what was the third one? It's like now we have no cash, no jobs. Oh,
I
what
don't.
was that?
I think that was a
You don't know
podcast bit.
this?
No.
No cash, no jobs. Oh, it was 20 years ago we had Johnny Cash, Bob Hope, and Steve Jobs. Now we have no cash, no hope, and no jobs. All right. So yeah, and that league here earlier this year on the Football Absurdity podcast, wherever you get podcasts except Spotify.
Screw Spotify.
I'm going to say that it was a ideological stance, and not because they're if you self-host, their requirements are labyrinthian. I was like, hey Walker, so in Walker's Big Dynasty Drix League, I'm like, have you seen a better 2-quarterback dynasty room than Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, and Brock Purdy? Well, that's the league where I'm starting Woody Marks in my super flex spot this week. Nobody's left. I almost said Mike. Nobody's left, Evan.
Yeah.
Nobody is left.
What we didn't have, we already have horrible quarterback play consistently. Why does it have to get worse?
Yeah, I mean, somebody out there said it couldn't get worse, and they cursed the entire fantasy football landscape.
While we're waiting for questions on this buy NATO, Jeff, do you want to hit us with your boom plays of the week?
Oh man, last week I was right church, wrong pew with Chris Olave going off instead of Rashid Shaheed. So I think I got a little too cute. I only got cute on one guy this week. I'm trying to stay a little less cute this week. So boom quarterback, I've got Bo Nix. 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Evan, would you say you're hooked on Bonix?
I am hooked on Bonix. That was I am hooked on Bonix. That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
We're hooked on Bo Nix this week at Dallas. Cowboys can't stop anybody at all whatsoever. This is what I call a defense optional game, because I guess the Broncos defense can't stop anybody anymore because they let Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo get 30-something points against them last week.
That
And
was fun.
my boom wide receiver, Tony's in the chat. He agrees with this per his model and mine. We're going with Alec Pierce this week.
And I listened.
Yeah, Alec Pierce versus Tennessee. They allow the sixth highest yards per target on shots, 20 yards plus downfield. They're low in like total ranks with that because they've only seen 17 such targets, but that's Alec Pierce's music. It was AD Mitchell's music, but he dropped the ball quite literally. For running back, I'm gonna keep it simple. Devon Achane at Atlanta. We saw on Sunday Night Football last week what Christian McCaffrey was able to do against them with a 49ers team that could not run the ball a lick. He also dominated them through the air. So I'm going with Devon Achane. And then boom tight end Dalton Schultz versus San Francisco. He might be literally the only guy left who can catch passes.
If you hear my computer beeping, it's because Tony said his David Stills the fourth a must start, and I'm searching for him in kicker and tight end, and it's saying, boom, this person doesn't exist. So
I'm pretty for sure David Stills the fourth is isn't he? I think that's Kenny Stills' brother.
Does he play football?
That's how down bad we are.
Does he play the football?
We all play the football. David Stills the fifth is a Falcons wide receiver.
What about David Stills the fourth?
What is going on? There's too many David Stills.
I'm not.
This is David Stills. Tony, you're making the whole stream. This is how down bad we are. Tony makes a joke post, and we're like, "Is this a person? Is this somebody we have to worry about? Is this
really
a real guy?"
Troll at 9 a.m. on Sunday.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my guys this week. Little more higher end guys. I mean, these are guys with great matchups. Patrick Mahomes, his dad. Tony meant his dad apparently. Patrick Mahomes, great matchup. You're starting that Patrick Mahomes fella. Same with Bijan. Devonta Smith has a great matchup against the Giants with no AJ Brown this week. He's gonna go off, and then I like Juwan Johnson to go off again this week against the Buccaneers. It's National Tight Ends Day, Evan.
I thought that was 2 weeks ago.
No, Stills heads rides up. Stills waters run deep. So yeah, that's fun. Oh man, I forgot to check my league. Oh my god, Evan, I have too many leagues.
Same.
Did you see? Oh yeah, did you see the crazy news before like 20 minutes ago about Mangold?
Yeah, he died from kidney disease.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was super young.
Yeah, Nick Mangold, he was 41. Which when I was younger, I was like, that's old. And now I'm like, that's almost my age.
Now I'm like, I beat another one. Yay.
Yeah. We watched
No, not yay. I'm sorry.
Not yay. We watched 3. I know what you meant.
Yeah.
We watched 3 Halloween movies yesterday. Like not like Halloween the franchise, but Halloween the
theme.
The theme, yeah. And we watched 2 good ones, and then we were like, we need to watch some schlock. So we watched Halloween H2O. Jamie Lee Curtis is 39 in that movie. I'm like, that's my age. But she's the mom. Like I'm supposed to be the kid. Oh my god.
What 2 good movies did you watch?
We watched Weapons, which we hadn't seen. We were waiting for this month to watch Weapons, and The Mist, which we had seen, but Kate didn't remember. And have you seen The Mist?
I've read the book, and I know the changes.
Okay, but you know the ending.
Yes.
She was like in her she was like in her phone, and I was like, you need to watch this. I was like, you have to be paying attention to this ending.
Well, I love how the police show up, and they're like, or the army shows up, and they're like, all right, it's all good now, eh? And you're like, bro, there was like a 500-foot monster who's coming out of the clouds 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
it's all tidied up now. Like, what?
Yeah, we've got some flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Maybe they took it out like the walkers in Empire Strikes Back. They just they wrapped a bunch of string around the legs and took it out.
But you can't flamethrower Mist.
Sure you can.
I played Final Fantasy.
You can flamethrower Mist.
Oh, fire doesn't beat water.
You know what?
Water beats
There's
fire. Play some more
There's,
Pokemon.
but
Read a
it'll
book.
evaporate. There's Thule fog out here. I'm gonna drive out to Davis with a flamethrower and I'm gonna do a scientific experiment.
Top 5 all-time horror movies for y'all. Okay, number one is Resolution. If you haven't heard about it, look it up. I love the genre. I love the universe.
Wait,
Number,
hold on,
yeah,
real quick. I need to interrupt you. Everybody
go for it.
needs to know Evan loves bad horror movies.
Yes, but I go through the bad horror movies to find the good gems that nobody knows about. Resolution
Yeah.
is at the top there. Uh, then It Follows. Then probably Hereditary, The Endless, which is I'm not going to spoil it, but if you watch one of the movies in this list, you'll be pleasantly surprised. And then what's another horror movie I have on constantly, Annie? Annie says 9/11 Dead, which I've never seen. Back to you, Jeff.
9/11 Dead?
Night
What?
of the Living Dead.
No,
See,
Night of the Living Dead.
Thank you for that gentle reminder to enunciate better. Noted.
Yeah, I was like 9/11 Day. I was like, I mean,
Sounds
it was
awesome.
bad, but I don't think they made a horror movie about it. They did. It was called the dang Bush administration, folks. I'm not a huge horror movie guy. But I agree. I like Hereditary. It's in my top 5. I'm shamelessly a Final Destination guy. I'm gonna put all 6 of those now into one category. I mean, we're counting slashers, I assume.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, give me Scream. Scream.
Oh yeah, give me Candyman.
Candyman.
The original.
The
yeah.
original. Yeah, the
Oh god,
original.
yeah. Virginia Madsen is the Scream Queen.
Yeah, give me Scream. Give me Hereditary. That one rocks. I'm not feeling like watching it this year though. I don't know. That movie hits you in the pit. Hits in the pit of your stomach.
I gotta put Get Out somewhere on the list too.
Oh, Get Out's really good. Get Out, probably in my top 5. Let's see. So I've got Hereditary, Scream.
Chat, feel free to post your top horror movies. In case
I'm completely blanking on horror movies right now. Hereditary, Scream,
Scream
Freddy
2,
versus Jason, Jason X.
Like space where all horror franchises go to die.
Interstellar for me, having those messages to get through just to clear the notification icon. That's the real horror story. Oh, speaking of horror story, I guess American Horror Story is still going. I got an ad for it on my Roku. That we don't need that anymore.
What Horror Story? American Horror Story?
American Horror Story. We're good.
My wife and
man.
I will watch. They when they hit, they hit.
I don't know. I gave up on it. I was like every year I was like, all right, last year was bad, but this year we'll get back to it. And then like 3 episodes in, I'm like, we're not getting back to it.
I'd say there's only 4 good series. The first one, the Coven one, the Apocalypse was amazing, and I liked the Roanoke one.
Let's see. You didn't like the I was a fan of the circus one.
That was not bad, not good for us. Watchable.
Okay. It existed.
The Thing. Oh, that's a good one. I almost watched that with my kids the other day, but I think they already know all the twists.
That's
just
a good
from
one.
Pop culture. They were like, "Yeah, we know The Thing. That Thing. You don't know who The Thing is." And I'm like, "Wow, okay, kids are all right."
Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers. Has one of the best opening scenes in horror history. What's up, Minnie?
Oh, Black Phone was really good.
Black Phone had no right to be as good as it was.
I know, right?
I'm like,
it's such a dumb premise.
The end and I'm like,
it ripped.
You thought about the whole thing. You didn't just like write a scene at a time. You put it up. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going through a list because I'm terrible at remembering stuff.
I need to watch Sinners. I need to watch Sinners and Weapons. Those are
you haven't seen Weapons?
It's not on any streaming service I have.
Oh, it just got on HBO Max. I don't know if you have that.
Yeah, I know.
They sent out the notification The Shining. That rips. They sent out the notification at 2:17 in the morning, which is when all the kids run out of their house. At the beginning of the movie. Yeah. So they sent out the notification that's on HBO Max at 2:17 in the morning, which is funny, but also like imagine like you can't sleep and you're tossing and turning and you get a push notification. You're like, fine, what is this? And it's like, oh, this movie's streaming? Thanks. Appreciate it.
I don't know if it's an across the pond thing here, but Black Phone 2 Mini is out here.
Yeah. Black Phone 2 is out. I like also if we're just talking like movies to watch during Halloween. It's not really a horror movie, but Housebound is fun, and then of course Shaun of the Dead.
What's Housebound?
Ooh, Housebound. It's an Australian movie. All you have to don't like look too far into it, but the description is a young woman is forced to return to her childhood home after being placed under house arrest, where she suspects something evil may be lurking.
How have I not
It's
seen that?
I don't know. It's streaming on like I think it's streaming on like Free Plot. Like yeah, it's on Tubi and Pluto, so it's on
Those aren't
everything.
real.
Yeah, they are. I watched
Um,
Pluto in Canton because my Roku would not. I watched football on Pluto in Canton because my Roku would not acknowledge my or the renters, the Airbnb's Roku would not acknowledge my NFL subscription. Does
huh.
7 count? Ooh, 7 is.
Yeah, 7 counts. How about Silence of the Lambs? Does that count?
I don't think it does.
I think it's more of a procedural.
Yeah. There's basically zero difference between that and like your median like Law and Order episode.
That's fair. Let's go to the chat for questions then.
We have
Ri-
none. It's
half
all
PP
Minnie and Tony.
half
Oh, we
PP
have a question?
Oh, sick. Wait, we do?
Oh, I don't know. You
I
were
was just
saying
going
half
to the
PPR.
Discord. Half
Oh, okay.
PPR. Rashard Smith or Travion Henderson?
Oh my God.
They mentioned that
Christ.
they are hurting.
Yeah. I mean, this is the week. This is what we're dealing with this week. Do we know? You said half PPR.
Yep.
Give me Rashard Smith. He's gonna be the third down guy. He'll catch some passes. Travion Henderson isn't a real person.
And we're getting now. I have to kick it out. I have to kick it off with bad quarterback questions because I find these hilarious. Cousins versus Miami or Snoop Huntley versus Chicago?
Oh, Cousins versus Miami. Oh no, but he doesn't have Darnell Mooney.
I mean, we've
give
got
me
two Pro Bowlers here. You can't go wrong.
2 Pro Bowler. Yeah, right. I'm gonna say, give me Snoop.
Yeah,
Give me Snoop. They're gonna give Bijan a million carries.
he has this full series of weapons, whereas Cousins is down London and sucked.
Third eye blind blah, blah. Never mind. I botched the joke. Forget I said anything. Third eye blind voice. I don't want to go to London.
Is
Anybody?
it worth
No.
dropping? Hey, Prismatic Rain. Is it worth
What's up, bud?
dropping? Oh, I have some questions. I'll catch up. Sorry. Prismatic Rain, I'll get to you in a second. Someone. Oh, it's OJ. OJ, what's up? Scariest thing he's ever seen or they've ever seen is their team of the week. Half PPR, half PPR. It's Halloween.
The real horror show is this
The
stream.
quarterback's landscape. Half PPR, bench one. Henderson, Spears, Coker.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna
Jeff
bench
says
Travion.
bench
I need.
Jesus Christ.
I need. Yeah, bench Jesus Christ.
He's not coming back yet.
No, I'm gonna go with Travion. I need to see something with Travion before I'm putting him in a lineup. Like last week, he bottomed out so hard that I will literally start Jalen Coker over him, just because the mystery box of Jalen Coker has more upside in half PPR than the mystery box of Travion Henderson.
And Jesus Christ timeline to return is still ambiguous. Is it worth dropping Charbonnet or Woody Marks to pick up Mooney for this week?
I mean, I would rather keep Charbonnet or Wood. Well,
Can we just start Marks where we would start?
yeah,
Mooney?
I would rather
Like,
start Marks than Mooney.
if you can do that. But if you need a wide receiver, list some other people.
My needy dog is barking because she's downstairs and she learned that if she acts like she has to go out, we're both upstairs, so my wife and I are both upstairs. If she acts like she has to go out, we'll come downstairs, and she's like, "Oh, perfect." All right, we got a full PPR Booty, Worthy, or Goddard in the flex. I am very much a don't start tight ends in the flex. That having been said, Dallas Goddard.
And Prismatic Rand, if you want to list some other people you're thinking of, you could maybe drop. Maybe
Yeah.
there's somebody better.
So here's the thing, Booty. So OJ-BX3QW. Man, was OJ-BX2QW taken?
Last week it was just OJ, so I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, I don't. In PPR, Booty, Worthy, or Goddard in the flex. So this is my thoughts on it. Goddard is probably going to get a bunch of targets, probably going to score a touchdown. Worthy was not involved last week. This isn't a game that they really have to take super seriously. So he might get a lot of schemed up touches where he might get some stuff going and he might break a long one. Booty is just he's a 9-route merchant. He's run the most go routes in the NFL. And last week they hit. So this week they might not hit. And so it's really like I know I'm just giving you crap, OJ. They might not hit. So it's like Goddard has the best floor. Worthy might get some scheme touches and has like his range of outcomes is a higher floor than Booty, but I think also a higher ceiling. And then Booty is like boomer bust wide receiver 3. Like I'd rather start Alec Pierce than Booty.
Oh, I'd love starting Alec Pierce because if he hits, that means you guys know stuff and are magic. And I like knowing people who are magic.
I made a spreadsheet. Tony made a spreadsheet. Yeah, Tony's model is completely different from mine because Tony's looking for bets, like yardage bets, and mine I'm looking for like total fantasy points. So it takes into account catches, touchdowns, there's standard deviations in there. Like we're going back to stats class, baby.
And just a quick on-air production note, Jeff. Any minute now, my wife's going to get picked up for the airport, and so I'll need you to vamp for a couple minutes.
Oh man, you know. Blah blah blah.
I got to load up your walker and stuff.
That's me vamping. Did you catch it? I stole that joke. It's from What a Time to Be Alive. I'm sorry.
Is that a good horror movie?
What a Time to Be Alive is a great podcast. It's the only podcast that counts down the things that it's the only podcast that counts down the things each week that make you say the thing that's the title of the podcast. What a Time to Be Alive. Minnie asked in the Discord. Let's see what we got going on in the Discord.
He posted a lineup and asked if he should go no kicker and no IDP.
Oh boy. Let's see. Where's Minnie? Minnie? Scroll. Here we got here. I run with this lineup without a kicker. Max 5, bench 1 IR, drop. Let's see what we got.
What's up, Mike Valverde? Welcome to the chat.
What's up, Mike? Mike making his triumphant return to the podcast this week. I mean, I would get rid of Nick Chubb, not a real person. Same. I mean, Nick Chubb is like ultra washed. He's like mega washed.
Houston's line is like the worst thing I've ever seen.
Houston's line is terrible. So, I would. Minnie, you don't have enough of a like gap here for me to feel good about benching, like not filling out your entire roster. So I would drop. I noticed you said 1 IR and Puka's out. Can you not put him on IR? If you can't put him on IR, then that's fine. If you can, I do that. I would get rid of Chubb and God, QJ. Like I don't want to get rid of QJ though, but I feel I have really bad juju around QJ.
QJ juju.
I would get rid of Tootin and throw in a kicker. No, I'd throw in an IDP. It looks like based on your scoring settings that an IDP would be more valuable than a kicker.
Yeah, you can.
I would drop Chubb and Tootin and do both.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because here's the thing. You can get Tootin back because there's no game this week for the Jags. So he's not going to pop off this week. So I get rid of Chubb and Tootin. You're making it, you're risking it, but at 4-3, you can't really risk losing this week. So I'd get rid of those two guys, get a kicker and an IDP.
They have Hampton on IR.
Oh, Hampton's on IR. Perfect. Yeah. Hope that helped, Minnie.
And that clears up the queue of questions. So get your questions here for priority. Yes.
Drop Tootin and Chubb. Yeah, that's what I would do. I don't like dropping Tootin. But you're 4-3. So winning this week is more important than hanging on to that lottery ticket. A lottery ticket, like I said, that won't cash in this week because the Jags aren't playing. So you can always get him back. But I think your real roster problem is what are you going to do with Rondé Gadsden and Trey McBride? that's an issue. Because your wide receivers are set. With when Puka comes back, and it looks like he's probably going to come back next week, would be my guess. So you're gonna have one of the guys on the bench.
Nice. Real quick, Jeff, have you been able to poke into take a look at Mythic Football?
I have not. I messaged Hobo Stu to apologize for that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's been a crazy week.
It's fine. It's more like I want you to take a look so you can be like, "What is this? Oh my gosh!"
No, I'm really excited about Mythic Football.
Yeah,
but it's been quite a week for me this week.
I hope everything is okay.
Oh, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I yelled at my my mental health care provider office this week, so it's a whole thing.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I didn't notice I was running out of my antidepressants, and I was like, all right, I need an appointment. And they were like, okay, so we can get you one on the 3rd. I was like, all right, so here's the situation. I don't have enough pills to get me to the 3rd. What are we going to do to bridge the gap? And they're like, nothing. I'm like, okay, so this is a problem. So I was dealing with that all week. So I'm currently taking my daily mental health pills every other day.
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah, I have a whole chart now on the medicine cabinet with like 12 different medications because my family needs so much medication and how much is left, and I just cross it off every day because otherwise that happens to me every 3 months at the very latest.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy is hold on, sorry, it's getting warm in here. I'm turning on my fan. I hate my mental health provider. Actively hate them, but I forget to switch them up until I'm almost out of pills. I'm like, oh, come on, I gotta go back to these guys. So that's that. All right, we got what time is it? We got 9:30. I'll run through the inactives and my boom guys again.
Great.
Or actually, I'll wait till your wife's ride. Where's your wife going?
San Francisco for more brain scans. Now that they know, this is the first one they've done since she got diagnosed with MS, so they're hoping that puzzle piece will make the brain scans make more sense when they come to that.
Like they have a picture on a box now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
the picture on the puzzle box.
Well, fingers crossed for that. Here, let me run through my boom players this week. Dylan Gabriel. No, I'm just kidding. Dylan Gabriel starting quarterback for your Cleveland Browns, folks.
What do you think? Just to fill airtime. What are the odds that Deshaun Watson starts for Cleveland next year?
0.
Really? They're still paying him.
I mean, they're still paying him, but I think like there's so much. I think there's so much bad blood between him and the team now because he was like walking around without his boot, and then he messed up his other Achilles.
Oh god!
And it's like next year's the last year of the contract. They can just like pretend like he's not there.
My goodness. All right, thank you. Sorry for interrupting.
No worries. Is this the worst? I mean, it's not even a question. It's the worst contract in the history of the NFL.
Oh yeah.
It might be the worst contract in the history.
Looks like a steal compared to this.
That guy literally laid down on the field. Yeah, if Gabriel goes off this week, I should clip that. All right, we got a question from Drew Little in the chat. Out of Aomanor, Booty, Coker, Leggett, Golden, and Mims, which two should I start? And should Golden be healthy? Golden is expected to play this week. I don't trust that wide receiver room because they're going to have Christian Watson back as well. So it's a room that was already kind of flat on target distribution. And I think that it'll get a little bit messier there. The only guy that I want to start in that pass catching room is Tucker Kraft. And he's obviously not a wide receiver. Drew says bye weeks. Buddy, join the club. I started this podcast or this stream off by saying I'm starting Woody Marks in Superflex in my Superflex spot. So, and that team has Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, and Brock Purdy. All right, so we got which two do we start out of? A.O. Manor, Booty, Coker, Leggett, Golden, and Mims. Man. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why do I do this, Evan?
If it helps, I noticed that Dalton seemed to laser focus on Leggett when he got in.
Yeah. Leggett 9 for 92 in a score last week. Leggett should get some run this week. Let's see. Like, I would go Leggett over Coker. I would go A.O. Manor. I think I'm going to go A.O. Manor. I know I've said that name like 3 different ways. I'm going to go Ao Manor and Mims. That's how I'm going to go. But with the caveat that this is all guessing.
All right.
Like I said earlier, they're all here. Let me check Walker's ranks.
And let me mute
Let me
my
check
audio
Walker.
here.
Okay. So Okay, so Evan just said something and I responded to it. Evan is going to be doing his thing. Let's see. Walker has Alec Ao Manor listed as number 1 in that group, and Matthew Golden 2, but I ain't buying that. So I'm going to go Alec Ao Manor and Marvin Mims. If you need a floor, go with Matthew Golden. That's a tough out, Drew. Tough out, Drew Little.
Okay, I'm back, but I'll be leaving in a second.
Okay. They're all like wide receiver like 40 to 50 guys. So go with your gut. My gut says Ao Manor and Leggett. Ao Manor and Leggett. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I'm going.
Let's go with that.
I don't disagree there. Half PPR, Jerome Ford nailed it. Or Justice Hill should be starting over Booty or Hollywood Brown. Why does it put a little heart icon where I want to see the questions? Okay, hold on. I just gotta read this, and maybe you can make sense. Half PPR, do you think Jerome Ford or Justice Hill should be starting over Booty or Marquise Brown, Slayton, Dyke, Shepard, Bateman, and Leggett are available?
It's DK, first of all. Chamari DK Metcalf is what we called him. Do you think
Sorry
Jerome
about that.
Ford
Sorry about Dyke instead of DK. My bad. Thank you for correcting
Jerome Ford or Justice Hill should be starting over Booty or Marquise Brown. It could be a sneaky Jerome Ford game. Like, could be, because they're playing the Patriots, and so they'll be in catch-up mode, and so they'll be throwing the ball around. I don't think it's going to be a Justice Hill game. I think it's because Snoop Huntley's a runner. He's also not very good. He's like if Cooper Rush could rush. Slayton, DK, Shepard, Bateman, and Leggett are also available. I'm not going to go with Rashad Badman. Boy. This is tough, man. This is a tough week. Yeah. I'm gonna say, all right. I'm gonna start eliminating guys. I'm gonna go Ford as my 1. I'm gonna say no to Hollywood, no to Bateman, no to DK. I'm gonna say yes to Shepard. So I'm gonna go Ford, Shepard, Slayton, Hill, Leggett, Booty. I'm gonna do it in that order. Yeah. Yeah. Minnie just realized that I am not the one doing the Walker Kelly rankings. That would be one of my podcast co-hosts, Walker Kelly, at bddrix.bsky.social. Walker works their ass off every week to bring you these ranks. Very love Walker, but a very graphic design is my passion. Look of these ranks, but so they're color coded: green, recommended start; yellow, okay start; red, do not start. To quote or to paraphrase Mitch Hedberg, red means where did you get that Tez Johnson at? I'm surprised we're not getting Tez Johnson questions. I guess Tez Johnson popped off 2 weeks in a row, and it's a desperate week, so people are like, "Well, I got to start Tez Johnson this week."
I'm in that department.
Yeah. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare all around. I have I would just like to just so everybody can marinate in how bad things are. I am a 47% underdog, so 47 to 53 in my home league without without David Montgomery, Sun God, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Trey McBride, Devin Lloyd, Brian Branch, Puka Nakua, Bucky Irving.
Yep, all those
and
receivers. Wow.
Kyler Murray. Yeah, it's a dynasty league, but like I have those players are all out. Like I'm starting Sterling Shepard, Kendrick Bourne, and Keon Coleman, and I'm only 40% or 47% underdog.
Yeah.
I spent legit 5 minutes this morning trying to decide if I was starting TJ Edwards or Barrett Carter in my IDP spots.
Gosh. I have been getting the top score in guillotine every week, and this week I'm predicted to come in dead last by 7 points.
Cheese 'em crepes. Evan, your team was too good. You buzzsawed. You buzzsawed too close to the sun.
Yeah, but if I can hang on one more week, I have 6 times as much money as everybody else, so I can get the next six. It's like getting the first 6 picks in the NFL draft.
You're the first 6 picks. Oh no, I'm at risk.
We're all at risk.
I'm at risk in guillotine. We're all at risk. We're all at risk. Kyle Pitts Sr. Let's see. This team's amazing. All right, I'm benching. Why do I have Chase Brown? I look at my bench and I'm like, why are these guys on the bench? And I look at the rest of my team like, oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I'm gonna be coming in. I can't wait for guillotine questions like, should I start Christian McCaffrey or Bijan Robinson this week? Like, and we're like, I don't know. I've never had to answer that question.
Both of them. It's like, do I start Bijan Robinson or Christian McCaffrey? I also have Jahmyr Gibbs and I also have Jahmyr Gibbs and Devon Achane. It's like,
I'm looking forward to being asked questions that I've never been asked before guillotine leagues.
Well, I'm being asked questions I've never been asked before this week.
That is true.
It's a bad week out there, folks.
David Stilt's truthers rise up.
Yeah, right.
Still don't know who that is.
He's not a real person. Let's see. All right, we got 9:38. Let's run through the boom players for the folks that are showing up now. So let's see. Last week I flew too close to the sun, so I'm getting a little less crazy this week. Got hooked on Bonix at Dallas. 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter last week. Dallas can't stop stop a sink. I don't know what's a can't stop metaphor.
Dallas' defensive line looks like the doors at Best Buy at 5 p.m. on Black Friday.
Folks, speaking of Best Buy on Black Friday. Oh, we'll come back to that. Boom quarterback, Bo Nix, boom wide receiver, Alec Pierce versus Tennessee, a boom player in both my model and Tony's model. So shout out Tony. So that's 2 models that are saying Alec Pierce week. Devon Achane at Atlanta. Dalton Schultz versus San Francisco, and then my secondary guys, because some of these are too highly rostered, or you're like, oh yeah, wow, really? We're starting Patrick Mahomes this week? Patrick Mahomes, Bijan Robinson, Devonta Smith, Juwan Johnson are my secondary guys. Black Friday, Best Buy Black Friday. I worked at Best Buy for a while through high school, and then because I worked there long enough, they put me on the, like, you know how they hire more people for the holidays? When I came home from college, I was on the holiday. They just kept me on as like an inactive employee. So I came home my freshman year of college and I was working Black Friday, right? But not the morning of Black Friday, mind you, because they had me scheduled to close on Black Friday. So I came in at like 5:00, and one guy came in. He was like, hey, where do I get the, like, you know, the 50-cent televisions or whatever they were? You know, whatever the doorbusters were that day. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. That was only valid until noon. Like that deal does not exist anymore. You can still get that television, but that price, you know, that's not offered anymore. And he goes off on me. Like, this guy is like high strung. Like he's gonna have, like, his family's Christmas is gonna be ruined if he doesn't get this television. So he starts going off on me, and he's yelling at me, and he's like, some people have jobs and they can't come to get a cheap TV early on Black Friday. And I'm sitting there in my Best Buy polo, and I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, I can't imagine what it must be like to have to work on Black Friday. And it goes completely over this guy's head. Oh, man.
I'm going to load my Weiss Walker and see her off for real this time.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Alrighty. So now I am vamping. So folks, how we doing today? I don't know. I don't know how to vamp. Let's go through some the inactives, I suppose. Again, they are in the description, the early inactives and what I found from the news. But we got no Lamar, no Jayden, no Purdy, no Michael Penix, No Tyrod Taylor, no Bucky, no Nico Collins, Drake London, AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Chris Godwin, Ricky Pearsall, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Dontayvion Wicks, Hunter Renfrow. One name I missed off of this list. And I think that it's important that I say this because I saw my waiver request go through last night and I went, oh, okay. A lot of people were pivoting to Josh Reynolds this week. Well, Josh Reynolds went on IR from a hip injury he sustained on Friday in practice. So if you set your lineup on Thursday and kind of were like, okay, well, I've got Josh Reynolds, go double check because I had to go pivot to Xavier Hutchinson, which is not something I particularly wanted to do. I think that it's going to be like one of the rookies, either Higgins or Knoll, but that's what I had to do this week. So go check Josh Reynolds. Make sure Josh Reynolds is not one of the guys that you were like, well, let me just throw this guy in there. We've also got Cole Kmet out. And then in the later games, we Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin off the injury report, as is Christian Watson. I would not start Christian Watson. I think that's getting way too cute. I do think that that'll boost Jordan Love's floor and kind of flatten out the expectations for the rest of the wide receivers. Matthew Golden is dealing with a hip injury, but he is expected to play. So while Evan's doing that, I'm just going to vamp a little bit just because Minnie didn't realize that I was not the one doing the rankings. I just want to kind of give the lay of the land of everything that Football Absurdity offers. So everybody knows about the draft sheet. It was beer sheets, but Beer for the Beer God, he had some real life stuff come up, so we've developed our own sheet just because people are already coming to us for that sort of thing. So you've got that, obviously. You've got Walker's weekly ranks, which I'm putting in the chat right here. You've also got the podcast. Podcast is every Friday. We break down the Thursday episode as well. I'm sorry, the Thursday game, as well as preview all of the Sunday and Monday games. Putting a link to that in the episode there as well. We do have a Patreon. It's $3 a month. It is a second podcast episode every week. What that is we answer the questions that we ask on Friday's episode of the podcast. If you give it a listen, you'll see what I'm talking about. And we break down like what happened, all that stuff. We preview Thursday Night Football. Running the beer sheets clone stuff is expensive, and this just helps us pay for that.
Thank you. Did you
absolutely
catch the kicker
Hold
question?
on, I'm not done. I'm not done vamping.
Oh, when I'm not in the room, everyone should be asking, where am I?
Where everyone's not in the room, everyone should be asking, where's Evan? And most importantly, check out the Discord. Link to the Discord is in. I put links to everything in the chat. Discord is probably the coolest part of everything that we do. But we have a very, if you were ever on something awful, there's a front page to the Discord because people didn't realize that anything else existed. So that's what we got going on there. Evan's back. Evan, I vamped. I plugged everything. I'm realizing that I haven't updated the front page stuff, and since it still says Fantasy Football Week 5, I gotta go and change that really quick.
Just change the number.
I gotta change. So what it is that every week I have to go in and change the tag that points to. So it points to 2020. It was pointing to 2025 week 5. Now it's pointing to 2025 week 8. So
and I did you catch Minnie's kicker question? Which
no, Badgley versus Indian. Okay,
it's a softball. Badgley versus Tennessee, Loop versus Chicago, or Parker Romo versus Miami.
Badgley's the only one in a dome, right?
Badgley's in a dome, and he has an offense, and they're not starting their backup quarterback. Like, yeah.
I'm going with Money Badger, worst nickname in sports. Also, my waiver wire. I'm sorry, my sleepers every week. So the articles that we write, you have your obvious sleeper, waiver wire. I do an absurdity check every Sunday / Monday, depending on if the 49ers have a home game, like last week, where it's like 3 questions from that week's games, that have popped up that I want to answer. Then I also have a cut list. So Waleed does the waiver ads. I do the waiver cuts. We have a sleepers article that comes out every Friday. Waleed does defensive streamers. Walker's weekly ranks usually go up on Wednesday. And a bright shiny nickel for anybody who figures out the bit that I am doing with the titles of my sleeper. I'm sorry, my sleeper article every week, and no Googling. No Googling.
If you're Googling, you should Google World War II. It's a very interesting footnote in
You
world
seen this?
history.
You heard about this? World War II?
They made a sequel?
Yeah. World War One guys going, you know what, I hate how everything's a remake these days. So sleeper titles: Valley of Darkness, Act of Contrition, Fragged, Epiphanies, Litmus, Unfinished Business, Measure of Salvation, and Daybreak. Daybreak was week 1. So there is a theme to those episode titles.
They're all James Bond movies. Next.
They are not all James Bond movies. That is incorrect. Incorrect. Oh, my stuff doesn't link off because I'm not the one running the channel. Dang. I see how it is, Evan.
Wait, you tried to post a link and it won't link?
It won't link, probably because I'm not. It just says I'm just some guy, which I would prefer that people can't just come in and add links to our chat. That might be malicious.
I don't even see your post.
Well, that sounds like a wipey.
Sounds like a personal problem for me. Have I blocked you from posting in your own channel?
No, it's there. It just doesn't post links. It's right above the football absurdity post. Sounds like a wipey is what we say at work, and it drives people crazy. It's great.
What's a wipey?
A you problem? It drives people nuts.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like a wipey. An old, somebody used to work there. Her name's Melissa. Shout out Melissa. She go wipey, it sounds like a wipe. Yeah, because people would be like, I can't find this bolt, or I can't find this clip, or I can't find this, that, the other. It's like, man, that sucks. That sounds like a wipey, though. Not my problem.
Sounds good.
Yeah. If you've ever taken your car to a body shop, just know your service advisor spent an inordinate amount of time trying to find a 75-cent clip. It happens on every car.
Huh. Is there any chance that the Saints beat the Buccaneers today? Because I have Buccaneers in Eliminator.
I mean, there's a chance that anything could happen, Evan.
No, this is football.
This is football, like
Things
they say.
No, always.
They say, as the saying goes, no given Sunday.
No given Sundays. No days off.
No days off. Do your job. Who else do you have in Eliminator, though? I mean,
I have a lot. I've been. Let me see here. Let me check.
Buddy, I've got almost the whole league in Eliminator because I got eliminated in week 3, so I'm chilling. I would. Isn't there? There's a. Do you have the Bills?
I can do the Bengals over the Jets.
Oh, I would probably do that.
I don't want to.
The Jets tried to bench their quarterback and then couldn't. The Jets tried to bench their quarterback. Their owner was like, "This quarterback's a real piece of garbage," and then they're like, "All right, starting this week, our quarterback." Do you have the Colts? Can you do the Colts?
I can do the Colts over the Titans.
Colts are 14.5-point favorites. I would just cash that in, call it a day, move on.
Done. Change made.
Picking the Bucks this week.
I picked all the rest of the year, and I don't have the Colts till week 18, so I can figure something out.
Sandry asked, did we all pick the Bucks this week? Unless it's a huge favorite like Titans, Colts, I try to stay away from divisional matchups because they're always weird. That having been said, I already said I was knocked out in week 3, so maybe I'm not the best person
Tampa Bay has lost 2 in a row.
Really? Oh, that's because everybody's hurt, and they beat the 49ers, who everybody else is also hurt on the 49ers.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got going on.
It didn't save my pick.
Any push notifications? Oh boy, I have a trade offer in Mike's Devy League. They're always the worst trade offers. I can get a 5th round pick for Andy Dalton. No, that's okay.
You would trade Andy Dalton?
I would trade away Andy Dalton. Everybody in this league, the only thing they want to trade is 5th round picks. I get the craziest trade offers in this league. Hold on. Because it's a Devy league.
What is a Devy league?
Excuse me, I can't talk. You draft guys in college. So we can have up to, I think it's 4 or 5 guys who are in college on our roster. So I have I think I have Jeremiah Smith,
Okay, well, you win.
Lenore Sellers, Nico Iamaliva, and one other guy
What platform
called
does this?
My Fantasy League,
Oh, of
which
course.
is the
Of
it's
course.
the worst platform on this planet, but it's also the most customizable. So it's like if you're gonna do a Devi League, you have to do it on this. Let's see. Let's see. Where's my roster? See, this is the thing. It's like, where's my roster? Here we go. Do I do it through submit lineup? Let's see. Nope, it's not there. Do I do it through ad drops? Is this where I can see them? Yeah, here's my taxi squad. It is Nico Iamaliva. Oh no, it's Zachariah Branch. That's who it is. Not Jeremiah Love. Nico Iamaliva, Zachariah Branch, Cam Coleman, and Lenora Sellers. So my team's really bad right now, but I'm kind of like bottoming out and trying to add these guys. My real big shot in the foot last year was I was like so like I'd never done Devi, and so I got really into the Devi ranks, and I was like picking second. I was like absolutely perfect. I'm gonna take Luther Burden the third, and I forgot to check rookies that hadn't been drafted. So in the Superflex League, I took Luther Burden instead of Jayden Daniels. And I was
Oh,
like, oh
wow.
boy, oh boy, I botched that one. But I'm learning on the fly, so it's fun. It's a new challenge. Gives me something to um to do on Saturdays to follow some guys. Not a big fan of what Nico's been doing this year. Let's see how Nico Iamaliva. Is this good? I googled Nico Iamaliva, and the first result is Aiden Fisher gets a pick 6 off of Nico Iamaliva.
Whom does he play for?
UCLA. I think he was on
Oh.
Tennessee last year, and he went into the transfer portal. Um, hey, he beat up on Michigan State.
Good for
This
him.
dude's this dude's gonna be like not great. I hate it. I've had this guy for years. Um, yeah, let's see. 180. Where's his rushing? I can't see anything. Where's the freaking rushing? Anyways, that's the Devi League I'm in. And people only want to trade 5th round picks. My favorite are like somebody offered me Frank Gore Jr. And I was like, no, I don't want your roster trash.
Yeah,
Drop
who's
Fields
Frank
for
Gore
Flacco.
Jr.?
Mini dropped Fields for Flacco partly because of Woody Johnson and them trying to bench him. I mean, that should be fine. Joe Flacco, our elder millennial king, balled out last week. So, all right. Any last minute questions? We got 5 minutes to roster locks. No last minute questions. Here per my I'm just gonna talk about the model real quick. I've only developed it so far for wide receivers and tight ends because there's less to look at. Good mashups this week. You've got the Colts, the Bears, the Titans, obviously the Cowboys, and the Jets. I don't know if the Jets can take advantage of that. At tight end, you've got the Saints have a good matchup, as do the Bills, as do the Buccaneers, as does Travis Kelsey, as do Njoku and Fannin. All right, we got a couple questions last minute. Ray Davis or Brian Robinson to stash? I would drop Rodgers as I have Allen. Oh, drop Aaron Rodgers. I would say probably Brian Robinson, just because the 49ers are giving Christian McCaffrey like 30 touches per game. And, knock on wood, my desk is glass, so I can't do that. He doesn't get hurt, but Brian Robinson's an immediate like dump all your fab guy if Christian McCaffrey gets hurt. James Cook and Ray Davis just don't have the same skill set. Slayton Bateman or Malik Washington. Those are not good options at all. I'm going to stay away from Rashad Bateman with Snoop Huntley playing. Malik Washington's intriguing. I'm going to go Darius Slayton 1, Malik Washington 2. They're close. Both could have like 4 for 30 though. And Rashad Bateman's just a boom bust guy. I'm staying away from him with the Snoop Huntley factor.
Yeah, I am scared. As a Ravens fan, wearing a Ravens jersey. Does PPR switch those around?
No, I'm not a Rashad Bateman fan. I think the Rashad Bateman industrial complex is one of the most insidious things in fantasy sports. I truly don't understand the love that Rashad Bateman gets. He's like he's a dime store Jameson Williams. Like I truly don't understand it. But people are like, "Oh, he's good now. He got a big contract." And they're like, "Well, it's not just contract watching." I don't know.
What's
Watch
your
him get
knock
like
on? Oh, sorry.
I watched him get like 10 for 203 touchdowns or something today. What's my knock
What?
on Rashad Bateman?
What's your knock on Malik Washington?
Tua.
Fair.
I mean, it's Tua. It's Tua. I mean, oh man, Tua. The team has never had worse vibes. I've never I considered doing vibe rankings this past week. Dolphins easily number 32 in the vibes rankings. Like the most putrid vibes imaginable out of Miami. Like the coach doesn't want to be there. The quarterback can't see over the line. The defense is bad. The offense is worse. This is just the worst vibes imaginable.
There it is, a small victory for all you Jets and Titans fans.
Yeah, boy.
For daily fantasy, would you go like Flacco plus Bijan or Josh Allen and Derrick Henry?
Josh Allen and Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
I think that the Colts. I'm not the Colts. Sorry, the Bills are going to exercise the demons from getting beat by the Falcons.
They've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go beast mode on the Panthers this week. And Derrick Henry, I mean, that's gonna be the whole offense for the Ravens. Though I do like those are both great options. Though I would probably try to put two rosters together so I can squeeze both of those guys in, a Flacco and Bijan lineup and a Josh Allen Derrick Henry lineup. Honestly, though, if you're going GPP, I would probably go Flacco plus Bijan because it would be easier to stack like a T Higgins. Now that I talk it through, because it would probably because Josh Allen. I guess Josh Allen you could stack Dalton Kincaid because I wouldn't want to stack any of the wide receivers.
Oh my gosh, it's time.
It's time. It's time. Oh, I can't say that.
You did it. You got through with Buy NATO. We did it. Well, no, now we have to watch it. So we have done nothing.
Go Niners.
Go your fantasy teams. My favorite team is your team.
Good luck to everybody. And if I was wrong, I'm sorry. This was the most difficult week I can remember in fantasy football.
Appreciate you, Jeff.
I've been doing this for 20 years, not this. I've been playing fantasy football for 2 decades, and this was the hardest week I can remember. So good luck out there, everybody. You're going to need it.
Well, all right. Goodbye, everybody.